Before we jump into the sermon specifically, I have some exciting news to share with you today. I love giving exciting news. So over the past year, the elders and the staff have been receiving a lot of input about our worship service. And some feedback has been this: I love it. I love the volume. I love the lighting. It helps me to worship the Lord. Some people have given us feedback. I'm struggling. The volume and the lighting are distracting me from worshiping the Lord. This is quite a predicament for any leader when you're hearing that the identical things are good for some and struggling for others. So what do you do about that? We prayed a lot. That was our first step. The second step was we started talking to individuals, specifically asking a lot of good questions, and then we put together even some groups of people, and we said, we want to hear collectively from you. And then we kept praying, because really neither is right or wrong. They're just different. So our main question was, what does the Lord want us to do? That was really the main question. One option was just to keep it the way it is, knowing that if that was our decision, that we would be saying to a lot of people, we hear you, but we don't want to do anything about what you're saying. And fundamentally problematic with that position was that what we're doing at times is distracting you from worshiping the Lord, not helping you worship the Lord. That is not an acceptable position. Fundamentally, the Lord wants our hearts as we are worshiping Him. He wants our hearts to connect with Him. And if there's something that we're doing on a regular basis that's distracting a large percentage of people, then we need to think about making a change. So that's the second option that could be made. You change something, which is what we've decided to do. So here's what we're changing. On October 1st, we will trigger something new. The 8:45 service will be slightly different than the 10:45 service. And let me explain. The 8:45 service, we're going to call our acoustic service. And here's what that means specifically. It means that the blinds are going to be open so that there's a little more light in the room. It means, secondly, that some of the instrumentation from the band will change so that it won't be as loud. The second service, our 10:45 service, is going to remain exactly like our current service. Okay, so those are the two distinguishing qualities between those two services. Everything else in the service will be identical. So sermons are the same. If we're doing an Ad FBC video, that will be the same. In-person announcements are the same. Communion's the same. We'll do baptisms the same. Everything remains the same. But what we're hoping to do in this slight change is this: offer two options so that people from like 14 to 99 can find a place where they can come and worship the Lord in an environment that encourages them and enhances their worship experience. So that's going to come in about 1 month. October 1st is the first week we're going to try this. We would ask for your engagement, your patience, and your support as we move into what I think is going to be a really exciting season for our church, as we're hoping to create two different environments where more people can engage and worship the Lord. So how does that sound? Does that sound good? You guys on board for this? I'll let you know, Josh is standing right over there. You may wonder, well, what does Josh think about this? Josh he's very, very excited. Josh has been deeply a part of all of these conversations and all of this praying, and he's very, very excited to be leading both of these services in a way that will be a blessing to our church.